Hey guys, good morning. My name is Clayton and I am an alcoholic and a drug addict. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about um, acceptance a little bit and not letting people shit in your brain. Now, what I mean by that is there's a chapter or a page in I think it's the Daily Reflections, that says that, basically if you get in an argument with somebody and it makes you upset, then you're to blame as well. And the reason that you're to blame as well is because you let that person inside your head. You let them get under your skin. You let them shit in your brain. That's a pretty vivid term that I've heard along the way, and I kind of like that terminology because it's fitting. You know, you let somebody get inside your head, you let them fuck with your emotions, and that leads us to stress, that leads us to thoughts of relapse and all that shit, you know. So, a few weeks ago, I had an experience where I let somebody get inside my head, and in my life, when shit goes wrong, it usually happens in threes. So basically, I ended up homeless, living on my sister's couch. I blew out tires on my car, which really sucked. And I also lost two of the biggest supporters in my recovery. You know, two of the biggest people in my life at the time that were helping me stay sober. And it was a really, really rough time in my life. And I let the shit get inside my head. And I hadn't been that close to getting drunk in a long, long time. And I was damn close. And, you know, on a scale from 1 to 10, my relapse risk level was probably at a 9. And basically what I did was I didn't miss a meeting that week. I didn't miss a meeting until my relapse risk level was below half. And I talked with my sponsor, I talked with other people, and I talked with my counselor about the whole thing, and was able to get through it because, you know, instead of getting trapped in my own head and staying stuck there, the one thing that people in recovery try to emphasize to newcomers is that, hey, this little demon between your ears is a bastard. You know, if you get stuck there, that's where relapse comes in. You know, that's where the bullshit of I'm not good enough, I might as well just fucking go out and get wasted, you know. And the funny part is thanks to my insanity, I was at a point where I was like, well, I'll show them motherfuckers. You know, I'm gonna go out and get fucking drunk. They're gonna feel fucking shitty about it. And I believed it. I was like, yeah, you know, they're gonna feel guilty as shit. They're gonna feel fucking sorry for pushing me to that point. When the truth of the matter is, they're just gonna look at you and go, you're an idiot. And you're gonna be the one feeling like shit about it. But my insanity was allowing me to think that for a minute. And thank God that when all this shit went down, I had counseling that night, so I was able to talk with my counselor about it and go, you know, this is my fucking train of thought. And she's like, wow, you're stupid. Well, and she didn't really say, wow, you're stupid. She's just like, hey, that doesn't make any sense. Who are you really hurting if you go out and relapse, you know? And I was able to get through that thought process and come to the conclusion that, you know, I let people inside my head and I let them get in there and I let them fuck with my emotions. And that is very, very hard for people like me to not allow, you know? When somebody says something fucked up to you, you're like, what the hell? You know, how about you go fuck yourself? Because that's the way that I am. You know, but after having this experience, you know, I've learned how to, for the most part, not let people get in my brain and stuff. And it takes some work and it takes a lot of practice, but, you know, that chapter in the daily reflections, it says, hey, if you get upset, then you're in the wrong too. I mean, it rings true. It really does. In the one situation where I ended up homeless, that was mainly due to somebody else's own insanity, and I ended up homeless because out of protection for myself and for my kids and for my own recovery. I mean, the spot that I was in was a dangerous situation for my recovery and for myself, and I was able to get out of that situation without a relapse. But some of the things that happened were, I mean, I let somebody in my head and I reacted instead of acted, you know. I blew up over a situation, and I mean, at some point I got to the conclusion that, hey, I fucked up too, you know, I owe some amends in that situation, and the person involved, they made their amends to me, and I made my amends to them, and it all worked out pretty good. But yeah, I mean, shit. If you let somebody inside your head, it's just going to destroy you, and you can't do that. While I'm on here, I wanted to talk a little bit about making amends, because a lot of people are like, well, you know, making amends, it makes me feel better, you know, so I'm going to keep making amends to make myself feel better, and that's the whole purpose of making amends. No, that's not the purpose of making amends. You know, our recovery is a very selfish program, except for the amends making part. The amends making isn't about you. It's not for you. The reason that we make amends is because we fucked up somewhere along the way, and we owe that to that person. You know, our recovery is about fixing the shit that we fucked up and not making those same mistakes. So when you're making amends, you got to keep that in mind. And also in the amend making process, it says, you know, that we need to become willing to make these amends, and make these amends where possible, unless it's going to hurt them or others. Well, you are part of the others. You know, if making a specific amend is going to hurt you, don't do it. Like, okay, you ripped off your drug dealer. You don't go up to your drug dealer and say, hey man, I ripped you off. You know, sorry, but I'm in recovery now, so everything's good. Now, chances are you might get shot. So don't do that. And then as far as making amends to the others, I mean, if you were cheating on your spouse and you guys are no longer married or whatever, I mean, you don't go up to the person and say, hey, you know, by the way, when I was fucking drinking or using all the time, I was fucking all kinds of chicks all the time, and I just wanted to apologize to you for that. That's not gonna be good, because all you're gonna do is cause them pain. And I mean, basically when it comes down to it, you need to become willing to make those amends. And if the amends are going to cause damage in any way, shape, or form, I mean, don't do it. Yeah, your conscience may be clear, but I mean, in the end, all you did was turned around and fucked somebody else's life up. You know, and you don't want to do that. Because, I mean, in our program, we have to learn, I had to learn that it's about me most of the time. But when it comes to this, I mean, it's a delicate process and it sucks. It really does. But it's got to be done, you know, and anyway, that's pretty much all I got today. I appreciate you guys, you know, giving me all the support that you guys have given me, and it's pretty awesome. And I appreciate every one of you guys. You guys make my day. You guys are the ones that inspire me to post stupid shit on Facebook, and it makes me laugh. Oh shit. My insanity is quite hilarious. I love it. Also, one last thing before I let you guys go. People have asked me how I can go into a bar and how I can be around alcohol without it controlling me and without it calling my name and all that stuff. Well, and I compare it to that one person that you used to know that used to kick the living fuck out of you. I mean, with men, if we get in a fight with somebody and we get our asses kicked, like about 90% of the time we can go, all right, you know. Or say you kick somebody else's ass and you're like, okay, you know, you have a newfound respect for that person. And I mean, I've gotten in fights with people that I ended up being good friends with afterwards, you know. And I kind of attribute that with alcohol as well. I'm not scared of it. Alcohol kicks my fucking ass, and I know it. And I have that respect for alcohol. And in having that respect for the alcohol allows me to not fear it. You know what I mean? I can be around it without going, oh, come here, baby. But I just came to the conclusion in my mind that, you know what? Alcohol kicks my ass, and it loves to kick my ass. So I will respect it. I'm not going to fear it, because living life in fear just leaves you afraid to do things. I mean, basically, you're still trapped in the addiction. You're just not acting on it. I mean, I've had meth in my hands since I quit using, with no desire to even come close to putting that in my fucking system, because I have that respect for it, that meth kicks my ass and alcohol kicks my ass. But I'm not going to be afraid of it, you know, because I am not a slave to it anymore. And I think that was pretty cool. I think it was a pretty cool conclusion for me to come to, which is why I can go into bars and stuff and not be all, oh my God, there's alcohol here. What do I do? Anyway, I'm going to take it for another 24, and you guys have a great day. Any questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook or leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. Please share my videos. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. I got to get to work. Peace.